Yes, you have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you
Yeah.
like the Bondo ape a lot. Yeah. Big lion-killing apes,
Well,
right?
this is just a big chimpanzee that
Chimp, yeah.
lives in the Congo. That is, that's the first evidence of one that they ever found.
Wow.
And then they shot this thing and they took pictures of it, but I believe that was in the 1930s.
In the dense, untamed jungles of the Congo, where towering trees brush the sky and shadows hide untold mysteries, a remarkable secret lurks. Picture a troop of giant chimpanzees, intelligent, powerful, and fearless. These extraordinary creatures possess a skill few would believe, the ability to hunt and defeat even lions.
His name?
The Bondo ape.
The Bondo.
Yeah, it's a larger version of the chimpanzee. It's like 6 feet tall,
Oh.
huge, 200-plus pound chimps.
Jeez.
Yeah, the locals call them lion killers.
Join us as we uncover the astonishing truth of these mighty chimps in their hidden realm. Legendary giants of the Congo. In the distant forests of the Northern Democratic Republic of Congo, near the border with the Central African Republic, a secret lies concealed. Deep in this dense jungle lives a group of giant chimpanzees, known for their incredible strength and fierce nature. Local legends tell of apes so powerful they can take down lions, their haunting calls echoing through the night. For years, these stories were brushed off as myths, but recent scientific curiosity sparked a renewed search to uncover the truth. Driven by excitement, a team of brave scientists ventured into the wild, facing treacherous terrain, dangerous hunters, and rebel groups. They hope to find these legendary apes and discover their secrets. Cleve Hicks, a renowned primatologist, believes this group may be one of the last large communities of chimpanzees preserving ancient traditions. He estimates tens of thousands of these giant apes roam the forest, possibly forming the largest chimpanzee population in Africa. These mysterious chimps live a unique lifestyle. Their diet is mostly fruit, and they communicate with panting hoots and drumming on tree trunks. When they spot humans, they quietly observe from a distance before slipping away, cautious and elusive, always disappearing into the shadows. Physically, the billy apes stand apart from other chimpanzees. Their footprints measure between 11 and 13 inches long, and they have distinct flat faces, broad mouths, and a bony ridge across their foreheads. Unlike gorillas, whose fur turns gray with age, the billy apes are born with black fur that turns completely gray while they are still young. Their skulls feature traits of both chimpanzees and gorillas, including a prominent brow ridge and a bony crest on top. But what truly sets them apart is their behavior. The billy apes are larger than other chimpanzees, and people have reported seeing them engage in extraordinary feats, like eating leopards, a rare and astonishing behavior. While most chimpanzees build nests high in trees, billy apes prefer to sleep on the ground, constructing their nests at the forest floor level. They have also developed a taste for giant snails, using rocks or logs to crack open the tough shells. Motion-activated cameras have revealed male billy apes diligently patrolling their territory, showcasing impressive vigilance. Mothers have been seen teaching their young to use tools for foraging, highlighting their intelligence and social complexity. Though their legendary howls at the moon remain unrecorded, billy apes have earned the ominous nickname lion killers, with local lore claiming that they can confront even the fiercest predators. Their discovery has sparked renewed global interest in primate conservation in the Congo Basin, but ongoing political instability poses significant threats, prompting conservationists to race against time to protect these remarkable creatures. The discoveries of the billy apes. The tale of the mysterious chimpanzee discovery begins in 1908, when explorers in the Congo came across something peculiar: gorilla skulls near the village of Bay. Intrigued, they sent the skulls to Belgium, which controlled the region, for scientific analysis. Initially, the researchers believed that they had stumbled upon a new species of gorilla, which they named Gorilla Elliot. However, decades later in 1970, a scientist named Colin Groves re-examined the findings and concluded that these skulls were from regular Western gorillas, not a new species as previously thought. The mystery seemed to be put to rest until the 1990. In 1996, photographer Carl Lamont set out for the town of Billy, hoping to unravel the old mystery of these supposed gorillas. What he discovered instead was something entirely unexpected. He found a chimpanzee skull that didn't fit the norm. The skulls seemed to blend features of both chimpanzees and gorillas, sparking further intrigue. Along with this strange skull, Aman also encountered a photograph of a notably large chimpanzee and came across droppings far larger than what a typical chimp would leave behind. The footprints he found were equally puzzling. Some were the size of gorilla prints and others were even larger. Despite the intriguing findings from his initial explorations, Aman felt a lingering sense of curiosity that couldn't be satisfied. In 2000, he set out on a new expedition to Bili, this time accompanied by a dedicated team of international researchers. They were guided by a local hunter, well-versed in the jungle's secrets, as they plunged deeper into the heart of the dense forest. Though they didn't catch a glimpse of the elusive chimpanzees, they stumbled upon a puzzling discovery: large nests nestled in the swampy ground, typically the domain of gorillas, not chimpanzees. The mystery of the Bili forest deepened as the team left without a sighting of the creatures they sought, and shortly after, the Congolese Civil War put a sudden end to any further investigations. When peace returned in 2003, scientists once again turned their gaze to the Congo's enigmatic forests. Among them was Shelley Williams, an animal behavior expert affiliated with National Geographic. She would soon claim the title of the first scientist to encounter the legendary Bili apes. Although she hadn't filmed them herself, Williams obtained footage from a local tracker. One haunting evening in the forest, she heard rustling above, and to her astonishment, 4 massive apes emerged, charging toward her. They approached silently, their enormous forms looming before halting just shy of her, then vanishing back into the shadows of the trees. Williams learned from locals that they spoke of 2 types of giant apes. The tree beaters lived high in the canopy, avoiding hunters, and could be killed with poison arrows. The lion killers were larger, darker, and never climbed trees. These apes, immune to poison, were considered even more fearsome. Williams's observations led her to suspect that these creatures could be a new species of chimpanzee, or perhaps even a hybrid of chimps and gorillas. Their behaviors were unlike anything seen in other chimpanzees. Williams's bold claims attracted media attention, but controversy soon followed. In 2003, Carl Aman accused her of being unprofessional in a letter, effectively cutting ties with her. Despite the setback, Williams continued her work independently, planning future expeditions. Meanwhile, in 2004, another researcher, Cleve Hicks, joined Aman's team and offered a different viewpoint. Hicks conducted genetic tests on hair samples collected from nests in 2003 and concluded that the Bili apes were not a new subspecies. The samples matched a known chimpanzee species. Williams disagreed, suggesting the samples could have been contaminated by humans or other animals. She also questioned the reliability of the DNA tests, claiming they only reflected the maternal side and wouldn't reveal if these chimps had interbred with gorillas in the past. The debate over the Bili apes' true identity continues to this day, leaving the mystery of these remarkable creatures unresolved. The groundbreaking expedition of Congo forests. In 2004, scientist Cleve Hicks embarked on a journey deep into the African forests, roughly 60 kilometers from the town of Bili, to study an unusual group of chimpanzees. These chimps, especially the large dominant males, showed great curiosity toward Hicks and his team, but never displayed any aggression or hostility. This behavior aligned with earlier observations of the species' calm nature. However, tragedy struck in 2005 when Shelley Williams, a key researcher involved in studying the Bili apes, suffered an accident that left her paralyzed. After this life-altering event, she stepped away from her research and canceled future expeditions. By 2006, Hicks and his team had committed themselves to studying these remarkable chimpanzees, spending over 20 hours observing them. Contrary to earlier speculations that these creatures were some hybrid species resembling gorillas, Hicks confirmed that they were indeed chimpanzees. He noted typical chimp behaviors, such as females using distinct vocalizations and rhythmic drumming on trees. DNA tests from droppings further solidified the conclusion that they were a known chimp subspecies. Despite these findings, media confusion arose, blending Hicks's results with Williams's earlier claims. Hicks had to step in to clarify the misreporting. In 2019, he and his team published a comprehensive report putting an end to the debate. Their research revealed that these chimps were a unique behavioral group with distinctive customs, communication, and social habits. They used tools in innovative ways and, intriguingly, refused to eat a certain type of termite other chimp groups commonly consumed. Hicks and his team explored an immense area, covering over 50,000 square kilometers of dense forest. Based on their surveys, they estimated that the population of these extraordinary chimps could be in the thousands. thriving in their secluded habitat. The secrets of giant chimpanzees. Despite the many dangers of the remote African forests, malaria, and potential conflicts, Cleve Hicks remained resolute. Driven by a deep fascination with the mysterious billy chimpanzees, he set out to uncover the hidden intricacies of their lives. From how they crafted tools to what they ate and where they slept, Hicks's journey would span over a decade, revealing astonishing discoveries. In 2004, while pursuing his PhD at the University of Amsterdam, Hicks joined wildlife photographer Carl Emmons' research team. For the next 12 years, they followed 20 different chimpanzee groups across a vast, uncharted region, hoping to piece together the unique culture of the billy chimps. The deeper they delved, the more fascinating their discoveries became. Among the most remarkable was the chimps' intelligence and tool use. Hicks observed them, selecting the perfect tools for various tasks. For example, they used long, sturdy sticks, sometimes over 2 meters long, to extract aggressive driver ants from their nests. For another species of ant, known for painful stings, the chimps opted for shorter sticks to crush them before eating. This mastery of tools provided invaluable insights into how early humans may have developed their own survival methods. Hicks's work highlighted the deep connection between modern chimpanzees and ancient human ancestors, revealing how both adapted to their environments by crafting tools from their surroundings. Through the chimps, a glimpse of our distant past emerged, shedding light on the evolution of tool-making and survival. Another fascinating aspect of the billy chimps was their unique eating habits. Unlike most chimpanzee groups, which often feast on termites from macroterm mounds, the billy chimps displayed a particular preference for two other termite species, cubiterium and macroterms. Despite the abundance of macrotermes termites, a delicacy for many other chimps, the billy chimps completely ignored them. Jane Goodall had famously documented chimps using tools to catch these termites in Gombe in the 1960s. So this behavior was quite a surprise. Why the billy chimps avoided this rich food source remains a mystery. This deviation from other groups reflected a broader concept of chimpanzee culture, one that wasn't limited to diet, but encompassed unique traditions and behaviors passed down through generations. The environment, experiences, and perhaps even genetic traits played a role in shaping these distinct customs. But Hicks and his fellow researchers knew they had to be careful in interpreting these findings. There could be several explanations for the billy chimps' unusual preferences. In addition to their peculiar eating habits, the billy chimpanzees were also adventurous hunters. Their diet included a variety of unusual items, from giant African snails and tortoises to pangolins and even leopards. In one incredible instance, scientists observed these chimpanzees eating an okapi, a large forest animal they had likely scavenged from a leopard's kill. This daring behavior extended beyond their diet to their sleeping arrangements as well. Most chimpanzees build their nests in the safety of trees, but the billy chimps defied expectations by sleeping on the ground. They crafted intricate woven beds from branches and plants, much like skilled builders, seemingly unconcerned about the predators that roamed their territory. The fact that these chimps had been seen eating leopards suggested they may have lost their fear of these big cats. Hicks, along with another researcher, is currently investigating whether this unusual ground sleeping habit is unique to the billy chimpanzees or found in other groups across Africa. The behavior of these remarkable primates continues to captivate scientists, offering tantalizing clues not only about their world, but also about the shared history of humans and our closest living relatives. The remarkable lives and challenges of billy apes. Deep in the heart of the African forests, a winding river separates two groups of billy chimpanzees, one flourishing on the northern bank and the other on the southern side. Despite this natural divide, these remarkable apes share surprisingly similar traditions. Both groups build nests on the ground, use long sticks to fish for ants, and break into termite mounds, notably avoiding a particular type of termite that other chimps typically enjoy. This consistency in behavior across such a vast area piqued the interest of researcher Cleve Hicks. For over a decade, Hicks dedicated himself to studying these chimps to uncover how their traditions remain so aligned. He proposed that the chimps haven't been apart long enough for their customs to diverge significantly, or that their frequent movements allow for the rapid spread of new practices. However, distinct differences in their food preferences emerged. Northern chimps exhibit a particular fondness for honey and are adept at using long sticks to catch driver ants, while their southern counterparts show little interest in honey and prefer using shorter sticks to gather pondering ants. Researchers, including Hicks and Thibaut Gruber, pondered these cultural mysteries. They noted that driver ant nests are deeper, explaining the northern chimps' preference for longer sticks. Yet why do the two groups choose different types of ants? Some scientists speculated that northern chimps might seek saltier ants due to a potential deficiency in their diet, while the abundance of red colobus monkeys in the south offers more varied dietary options, including hunting both monkeys and ants. Hicks and Gruber introduced the idea of cultural override, suggesting that unique behaviors could develop based on cultural knowledge passed down through communities. Yet, despite their ability to thrive in their lush habitats, the future of these chimpanzees hangs in the balance. Cleve Hicks and his team face the urgent task of documenting these unique traditions before they fade away. Across Africa, chimpanzee cultures are vanishing due to rapid human expansion and environmental destruction. The billy chimps have managed to survive thus far, but their existence is increasingly threatened, and Hicks understands that time is of the essence in protecting them. During their research, Hicks and his team were alarmed to discover a thriving bushmeat trade, particularly south of the Ural River. Chimpanzee meat is commonly found in local markets and soups, with many local authorities seemingly unaware that these animals are a protected species. Even more troubling, chimpanzees are sometimes kept as pets, further endangering their survival. Hicks is vocal about the need for immediate action to save these incredible creatures. He emphasizes two key strategies. First, stronger legal protections must be established for critical chimpanzee habitats, ensuring their preservation. Second, education is crucial. Government officials need to be made aware of the importance of protecting these apes and enforcing existing laws. International support is also vital, as local conservation efforts in the Congo alone are not enough to secure the chimps' future. Unfortunately, the peaceful existence of these chimpanzees is jeopardized by the region's turbulent history. The Democratic Republic of Congo has been ravaged by decades of war, with the International Rescue Committee estimating that over 5 million people have died in the conflict. Though the war officially ended more than a decade ago, violence continues to flare up in neighboring countries like South Sudan and Uganda. The once serene forests home to the billy chimps have become dangerous hiding places for poachers and illegal hunters. Worse still, rebel groups like Uganda's Lord's Resistance Army have infiltrated protected areas, killing animals, threatening local villagers, and even kidnapping people. What was once a haven for chimpanzees now faces relentless destruction, endangering both the chimps and the communities that live alongside them. The situation is dire, and immediate action is needed to ensure the survival of these magnificent creatures. The billy chimps are not only a testament to the beauty and complexity of nature, but they also offer invaluable insights into our own human past. Without swift intervention, their rich cultural heritage may be lost forever. The Chimpanzees Extinction. Since 2010, a powerful effort has been underway to protect the wildlife of the billy forest in the heart of the Congo, thanks to over $340,000 in funding from the United States Fish and Wildlife Service. In 2015, a significant partnership was formed with the African Wildlife Foundation, aiming to bolster the presence of park rangers, who are part of the Congolese army, dedicated to safeguarding this vital ecosystem from the looming threats of rebels and poachers. The rangers received specialized training from Misha Consulting, an Israeli firm led by former elite commandos like Nir Koloni. Under their guidance, the rangers learned essential skills for safely confronting poachers and handling potentially dangerous encounters with armed groups. Yet, despite these proactive measures, the protection of the billy forest often seems more theoretical than practical. Dr. Thurston Cleveland Hicks, a passionate researcher in the field, raises alarm bells about the dire state of wildlife in the area. He reports a concerning trend. Poachers have decimated the elephant population, and the chimpanzees, our closest animal relatives, could be next. Each year, an estimated 440 chimpanzees fall victim to bushmeat hunters in northern Congo alone. This statistic drives home the urgency of the situation, prompting Hicks to become a vocal advocate for stronger protective measures. Another researcher, Christoph Busch, has observed a heartbreaking increase in orphan baby chimps and carcasses scattered across Billy and its neighboring regions. He fears that, without significant intervention, these incredible creatures could vanish entirely, following the same path as their counterparts in other parts of Africa. Chimpanzees face a perilous future due to illegal hunting for bushmeat, a staple food source that ranges from small village markets to bustling urban centers. While hunting for bushmeat has deep historical roots in Central and West Africa, similar to deer hunting in the UK, urban expansion has drastically increased demand. As cities grow and infrastructure improves across Africa, transporting bushmeat over long distances has become easier than ever. Dr. Marcus Rowcliffe, a scientist deeply immersed in studying the bushmeat trade, estimates that around 5 million tons of bushmeat are sold annually in the Congo basin alone. This surge in demand is placing enormous pressure on wild animal populations, particularly chimpanzees. With fewer animals available to hunt, the prices for bushmeat have risen dramatically, leading to the tragic reality that the chimpanzee population is declining by the thousands each year. The situation for chimpanzees is increasingly alarming. Without significant changes, we could face a future where these incredible creatures vanish within a few decades. Although chimpanzees can live up to 35 years in the wild, their reproductive rates are concerningly low. A female typically gives birth only once every 5 years, and even with minimal hunting, entire groups can gradually dwindle. The slow reproductive cycle makes them particularly vulnerable to the bushmeat trade. Compounding their struggles are the threats of deforestation and climate change, which continue to erode their habitats and diminish their numbers. At the start of the 20th century, it's estimated that around 1 million chimpanzees thrived in the expansive forests of Central Africa. Today, however, that figure has fallen to as few as 172,000. Scientists warn that if these trends persist, we could witness the complete extinction of chimpanzees in the wild within the next 30 years. Measuring the extent of the hunting crisis is challenging, since hunters often venture deep into dense rainforests, selling meat far from the source. Researchers estimate the toll by tracking baby chimps brought to sanctuaries. Many are orphans left behind by bushmeat hunters, who kill their adult companions for meat. It's estimated that for every baby chimp rescued, 4 to 9 adults are likely killed. Tragically, only 1 in 5 orphan chimps ever reaches a sanctuary. Urgent action is needed now to ensure these remarkable creatures do not become mere memories of a time long past. What do you think about the amazing giant chimpanzee society of the Congo? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.